Hey guys, this is John666134 and I welcome you guys back to another Halo Reach figure review. Now, I am doing a review on the Halo Reach Series 6 Brute Major. Now, first off the bat, you guys notice something here? Seems like he got a little bit lazy and didn't want to put another boot on. But seriously, I didn't realize that in the game that I actually watched another review of someone else's of this figure before I got him, that I had just after that realized that in game he does not have that boot on. Now it took that figure review to make me realize that he doesn't have that boot in game, so I was like, oh my god, he doesn't have a boot. So if you guys pick this figure up and you get him out of the package and realize he's missing a boot, you don't have a defected figure, he's just naturally missing a boot. But, so don't let that deter you of getting this figure. But overall, this is my first Brute figure review, and he's massive. I've yet to figure out how to get the camera right. You know, see how his head's kind of out of the thing, out of the view. It's not all the way in, that's not all of his helmet. Because I can't figure out, for my life, I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to figure out how to set the camera up. And I've got it in this position right now, where if I touch it, it's going to fall. So I've got to be extremely careful this video. But, as I was saying, he's a really nice figure, and he's enormous. I've never done any, I don't think I've done any, comparisons, but I'm going to now. I'm going to compare him to a few figures. He's enormous. Okay, first I'm going to compare him to a Halo 3 ODST. Now, he's enormous. He's not even up to the ODST isn't even up to his chest. He's huge. Okay, moving up to a Halo 3 figure. He's still enormous. He goes up, or Master Chief goes up to the Brute's chest. A little bit taller than the ODST. Okay, up to a Halo Reach Spartan. He's up to his shoulders. Almost. Not really. Not at all. Go away, heads up. Okay, now I'm going to compare him to Halo 2 Tartarus. He's taller than Tartarus. If you can see. He's taller than Tartarus. Dang it. Hang on, let me stick the camera. You know what? You're not going to get to see his toes. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not going to spend the time setting that up again. But you can't see his toes anymore. But this is the top of his head. He is that tall. He's got these spike things on his helmet. Now, for an elite, he is taller than an elite. That's enormous. I'm sorry for all the comparisons, you guys, but he just needed it. He's enormous. Yeah, just like any other Brute. Well, actually, yeah, here. He is this. Well, he's a little bit shorter because of the stance, but he is in the same scale as any other Halo Reach Brute. Another Halo Reach Brute. But he is a really nice figure. I like it a lot. He comes with the Brute Spiker. Brute Spiker. Which does come with a peg, which I've taken out because I don't need it on him. So it does come with a peg. I don't know if you can see that. Comes with a peg. It's got a really, really nice detail on it. Got the orange and yellow, I don't know if you can see that, orange and yellow barrels to make it look like it's shootable. Now, with the handle, I don't really like because, as you can see, the Brute doesn't hold it with all three fingers. So you kind of have to wedge the trigger guard in between his third finger to get him to aim it. If you're if you don't want to break the handle. Now, if you don't like the handle and want to cut it off, don't cut it off because it make it inaccurate to the game. But just I say that because I don't want to become the reason people have broken their figures. But he can't hold it in both hands, and I like his armor because he's got the one-plated wrist gauntlet. I like that. He's got different gauntlets than the other one that I have, and his helmet is removable. But one problem I do have with him is, let's see if I can get. He doesn't really have any pupils at all. He's just got gray. Like, here, hang on. 1 second. Let me show you the face of the other brute that I have. He's got black and orange-ish red pupils, which looks cool because he's actually able to see, but I don't understand what they did with the Major because he has no pupils. And you'd think with the figure that almost has no eye socket or eye ports in his helmet, he would have the no pupils, and the one that can actually see through his helmet, because it's got a huge slot right there, could have eyes. Because, I mean, you'd think that he'd be able to see, because he's got more visible sight. But, his mouth does open like any other Halo Reach brute. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom. But, sorry, he's chewing on some bubble gum. But he is a really nice figure. Okay, onto the articulation. He's got very little articulation in his neck. I don't really like his. He can move his head up and down, well, up, kind of far. You can tell he's looking up, but that's pretty much it. You can't rotate his head, or he can't look down. Okay, he's got articulation in the shoulders, elbows, the forearm, and wrist. His legs, I don't really like brute legs because that's about how far they go up, and that's about as far as they go back, plus knee bending. And he's also got articulation in the ankles. Now, with my other brute figure, because he's got this boot on it, and so does the other figure, I didn't know that this even had articulation, because mine on my other figure was stiff, and I didn't know what was going on, and I was trying to figure it out. But on this one I realized that he does have a regular ball joint like this leg, but my other one was stiff, so I didn't want to move it in fear of breaking it. So I just never found out that he could move his legs. But other than that, he is a really, really nice figure. If you want to build a brute army, I'd suggest you get him because you see him everywhere in the game. I'm just shocked I didn't notice the one boot. When did I not notice him having no boot? I don't know, but I don't know. I watched a video on that and realized it, and I was like, oh yeah. Next time I played the game, I played it and actually looked at one of these guys after I killed him, and yeah, he did have no boot. So that is accurate. Good job, McFarlane. Thumbs up, which you can't really see my thumbs because my hands are too close. But he is a really nice figure, and I like he's got a really nice paint job. Got the yellow and red and steel silver, and I like his chest plate. Really, really nice. Gold and red and silver, like the arms. And I like how they did the skin, and he's got straps around his left arm. I'm not for sure what those are, but it looks really nice with his skin. And ant on my foot. He's got a thing going down his back. I'm not for sure what that is, but you can see the really, really nice detail on the hair on his back. Because, you know, brutes, they're not hairless. They're big, hairy, ape-like creatures. So they're gonna have hair. Which I like how they have that incorporated into the figure, and it's really nice. I like it. Well, I like the figure. He's really nice. I give him a 5 out of 5. He's a really nice figure. I suggest if you like brutes, go out and pick him up wherever you can. He's really nice, and if you want to build a brute army, he's necessary because you always see a brute major. And it comes with a semi-rarish weapon that you can't really find many places. So I suggest you go out and pick it up. He's really nice. Alright, you guys. I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.